Shalom, saying Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, peace, welcome, blessings to all the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. My bad for giving y'all that up close and personal. I was trying to reach my phone, checking what's going down, making sure that everything is sounding all right. I'm gonna give everybody a couple more minutes to come on in before we get busy. Okay, sounding decent over there. How about over here? Okay, sounding decent over there. How about over here? Okay, sounding decent over there. How about over here? All right, solid as a rock. All right. Let me check on in here, man. Who's in the house? Who's in the house, man? Who took their naps today? Let me find out. Hey, Shalom, Jawan. What's up, Ak? Hey, man, remind me of your Hebrew name, Ak. I'm looking at your YouTube, but I need your Hebrew name again. Shalom, brother Mark. Shalak, Kohath, Namawa, Naphtali. Shalom to the family, man. What's up with y'all? Everybody all right? We made it to the so-called finish line of the week. Hopefully everybody's solid and doing well. The water, my sister, for the reminder. You know, I don't want to be out here panhandling for people to be respectful of the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to tell them, hey, wipe your feet. And it's even more important now because I've been looking at the algorithms and seeing what's been happening since last Friday Night Lights when the stream got cut, and then they took away that they removed the video. The notifications and all that haven't been the same, and the viewership and all that hasn't been the same. So I know they just cutting people out. I know that they tamper with the algorithms of the channel. So you know we just got to rebuild. We just got to keep pounding them down. We're not gonna roll over. We're not folding. We're not cowering down to these damn bastards. We got to keep pushing. So continue supporting, family. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Wipe your feet when you come on in. Because for surely they definitely mess with the algorithms of what's happening with this channel since last Friday. Uh, and again, send up your prayers for MOTC, man, and this channel. Hopefully, we can win that appeal and get last week's DSTM back on. They running game, man. Talking about I was playing some sister's music on the live, and there was a copyright. I'm like, what? No music was getting played, man. None at all. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm already there with you, I'm already there with you, brother. I mean, the children of Israel, man, is a piece of work, man. But the Most High told us ahead of time. He told us, man. He said, these people are hard head, stiff necked, man. They don't listen to me. How they gonna listen to you? But he told us, hey, prophesy whether they hear or whether they forbear. Let's look at that real quick, man, since you brought it up while we letting a couple people come on in, man. Waiting to set the table. All right. Let me get back on here. Hold up. I believe that's in Ezekiel. Ezekiel. Uh, oh, it's 3. Man, come on. It wasn't doing this earlier today. Look at this madness, man. God dang Satan. See, look at that. We're gonna stay strong in the spirit today, y'all, man. We coming off of toning. We coming in, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, man, ready to get busy. So Satan's gonna come in and try to mess with this thing tonight, because it's a lot to cover tonight. Got some good gems tonight, good information that we're gonna cover. As usual, man, your brother's gonna deliver, but don't let that we ain't gonna let them spirits, man, come up in here, man, try to disrupt things. You see how they just try to mess with my damn internet, um, and everything that's been happening. So let's stay strong in the spirit, man. Let's stay strong in the spirit, because they out here acting a damn fool. So let's look at this, Koaf, and then we'll get to today's information. Ezekiel 3. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll and go speak unto the house of Israel. So Ezekiel was instructed, eat the roll, eat the scriptures, eat the Bible, right? And once he digested, once he received the knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding, the prophecies, the judgments of the Most High, then he said, now go speak this to my people. That's what we got to do as men. That's why for you brothers, man, and even you sisters, whoever got an opportunity to check in on the Feed the Lions content that we're going to be doing on various Thursdays, is to help build up and to establish strong foundations within our spirit and our knowledge base. So once we digest this role, the Most High said, now the next objective is to go and speak it to the house of Israel. We don't just sit on it, man. We don't let it just weigh down our bellies, man. You get the itis and you roll over and you fall back asleep. You can't do that when you get this word, man. This ain't the same thing as you eating a damn Big Mac and your eyes, glaze over, and you sipping a Diet Coke with your belly hanging out and you go lay down. No, the Lord said that once you get the roll, the job is to now regurgitate that and get it to the house of Israel. Verse 2. So I opened my mouth and he caused me to eat that roll. So now once he's been enlightened and he accepted it, he received his calling. He said now he was caused to eat the roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. He said, man, eat it up. Stuff yourself till you can't get enough. That's what happens, man, when we get this word and you get the zeal to always want to learn more, want to be able to tell everybody. You remember that fire that was in you? That's why Yahweh Shai said in Revelation 2, he said, I have somewhat ought against you because thou hast what does it say? Given off of thy first love. Let me get that real quick. It's a dangerous thing, man, when we come into this truth, because there's so many damn roadblocks and distractions that present themselves in front of us. But we have to continually strive for the mastery of this work. Revelation 2 and verse 4. Well, you know what? We'll start at 2. It says, I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil. Sound familiar, Kohath? That's the burden that we all bear, man. That's why the Lord said you gotta have long suffering, you gotta have patience, dealing with our people, dealing with your brothers and sisters, even in the truth. You gotta have that same long suffering and patience dealing with your people, man. It's even worse when you're dealing with the zombie public of Israel out there, man, just continually walking in the dark, bumping their heads into each other, just acting a fool. But it says, and he knows how we can't embarrass them which are evil, not only our own people, but here we are being ruled over by people who is purely evil, man, evil incarnate. The so-called white man, man, he is ruling, and he's pure evil. He's got a history of it. His track record shows and proves it. He's got a body count that reaches in the hundreds of millions. You know, you talk about serial killers and mass murderers, man. Everything gets attributed to his nation. He leads the pack. You're talking about evil. But let's go. And thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not, and has found them liars. So, you know, there's always going to be tryings of proof of who's truly the apostles and who's not. You got the fake Jews out there proclaiming themselves to be the chosen children of the Most High, bearing record and trying to say that they are people. No, they've been found liars. You got the false Christian apologists out there, the urban apologists out there proclaiming themselves. Look at what about Geno Jennings? Doesn't he say he's an apostle? And here he is struggling with the color of our Savior, saying that he had a white head and brown body. I mean, what's wrong with this guy? But there you have it. Apostles and are not, and has found them liars, and has borne and has patience, and for my name's sake has labored and has not fainted. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. See, that first love, when you get that word, and you get that feeling inside, like, wow. It's like the scripture say, this is the rest wherein ye shall may have the weary come and rest. Where all your answers now are finally being understood. Your questions that you had throughout life, man, your placement in this world, those answers now have become more visible to you than ever before. The mysteries about who you are. Where's your place at in this world? Oh, you didn't even understand and know that this book was for you. It has our history, our legacy, man, the power that's in this word. The spirit that bears within us, man. The recognizing and seeing, you knew something was different about us. You knew that we was greater than, better than what we've been told, but we just didn't know how to put it all together. Then once you get that, man, the fire is lit within us, and we like, man, we are Israel, the chosen children of the Most High God, man, set above all nations upon the face of the earth. You get that fire in you, man, and you out there. What? Christ was our brother, so-called black man, white woolly hair, man. He was like us. What? Came from the hood. And they say, man, nothing good can come from Bethlehem. So that lets you know, man, Bethlehem was a pure slum that they were talking about in I believe it's in the first chapter of John. They said, surely nothing good can come from Bethlehem. Let you know the type of place where he came from. Everything starts to make sense, man. More recognizable. Your spirit starts to bear witness. But what happened? You got distracted. You know, we start delving into other doctrines. We start getting lazy, slothful. We start procrastinating. Next thing you know, that zeal ain't the same. Next thing you know, you start to make excuses about why you haven't done this, that, and the third for the Most High. Why you don't come to class no more. Why you don't, you understand? That's why Christ said, nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. Shalaki. Why would he do that? He's saying, man, you starting to fall off. You're not bearing the same zeal that you used to have. That first love that you have, man, you've left it. Now, what did he say? Verse 5. Remember, therefore, from whence thou art fallen. He said, remember when you started falling off. When you wasn't on that, you wasn't, in that same mode and in that same zone, serving the Lord like you used to. Remember when you fell, he said, and do what? And repent. Change. And do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent. So repentance is key. That's why that atonement we just went through was crucial to our growth and development as men and women of the Most High. It's all important, man. So going back to Ezekiel 3, it says, and he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. So we get it. Tastes good. Sounds great. Yeah, we the chosen. Salvation's only coming to us. Oh, the heathen going into bondage. All of that good stuff, right? But verse 3 says, we read that. Verse 4, and he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak my words unto them. So this word is for our people, right? For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of an hard language, but unto the house of Israel. So we're relatable. We know how to speak the language and the tongue. We come to our people, whether you speak French, whether you speak patois, whether you speaking Creole, French Creole, whether you speaking Spanish, whether you speaking English, whether you speaking slang, so-called ebonics. The Lord said, you ain't talking to nobody you unfamiliar with, man. You talking to your people. Verse 6, not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would hearken unto thee. This is why you have the heathen being so inquisitive, and they want to listen and they want to hear what's going on, because they're so nosy and they respect not. See, that's what I'm saying, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Keep them prayers up. He's working. He's working. I've been froze all that time. Let's see if I'm back. He's working. I've been froze all that time. Let's see if I'm back. But we got to stay focused, y'all. Let me know if I'm coming back. If I'm back, y'all, because check. I'm seeing myself back on. Stay focused, y'all. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Put a 7 in the chat, y'all. Hezekiah at the water, brother. If I'm back, everybody else, man, somebody else co-sign. Give me mouth 2 or 3 witnesses. All right, there we go. That's 2. I'm not sure where I left off at, but you know what? It's getting ridiculous, man. But that lets you know, man, we're doing something right over here. We're doing something right over here, man. The fact that they can continually try to keep sliding on in here, man, slithering in here on their bellies, sliding the bots in, trying to disrupt what's going on, man, disrupting the spirit, man. Satan trying to come in. We not stopping. Can't do that. Can't stop, man. Right? Let's look at this. Hold on. I know we was looking at Ezekiel 3, but just for the sake of the spirit, 1 Corinthians 15 and 58, Salakia, says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable. Hello? Is this thing on? For Satan and the demons and whoever else is disrupting this live right now, trying to shake and disrupt the spirit and throw in, we're going to remain unmovable over here. Okay? So now that that's settled, you can go ahead on and slide to the left. All right? Because the Lord said that we got to be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, meaning always growing, always striving to do more, excel in the work of the Lord. For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. But the Christians say that we're going to be saved without works, without any labor. Oh, just believe. And you got it. Excuse me. The scriptures say always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain, man. So we're not doing this in vain. We're gonna keep pushing. We're not gonna allow these spirits to keep. Come on, look, see, they throwing me off because I didn't even share that with y'all. Shame, shame, shame. Let's get focused. Here we go. 1 Corinthians 15:58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain. So I'm assured of that. We're assured of that. So we stand firm on that. So we stand strong in them prayers, man. Don't we ain't gonna let these damn spirits, man, keep coming in here trying to disrupt what's happening. All right. We're gonna keep it pushing. Let me slide back over here to Ezekiel 3, finish this up real quick. I'm not sure where we left off, so I'm gonna start back at verse 2 before we got interrupted. We're gonna read verse 2, Ezekiel 3 and 2. Hopefully, let me ask y'all this before I continue on. Did y'all get Revelation 2 when we went there? Did y'all hear any of that? Oh, sorry, you said it was only a few seconds. So if y'all heard Revelation 2, let me know. Hey, Shalom, Kutan. Kutan Ibar, what's happening tonight? Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Did y'all hear Revelation 2 when I went there? Somebody put a 7 in the chat or let me know. When we went there. Okay. All right, cool, cool. So yeah, I'm seeing people losing I don't know if their internet is tripping or whatever, but a couple people done dropped. It is what it is. All right, so let's just go back. We're gonna finish up Ezekiel 3, then we're gonna get to these current events, man. All right, verse 3, Ezekiel 3 said, and he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. So we get the word, tastes good, everything is solid. We can't get enough of it. We want to eat more and more and more. But before you know it, we start acting like our bellies is aching. We don't want to continue on in the same zeal. Our sweet tooth was missing now. That's why Yahweh Shah was letting us know in Revelation 2, he has somewhat ought against us because we have given off from our first love. So we said, repent and recover where you fell from and get back on your high horse and get to moving. Verse 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee into the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. So we're being sent to a people that we're familiar with. We speak the language, we understand and know each other. We're relatable. Like I said, whether he's speaking patois, whether he's speaking Creole, Spanish, whether he's speaking, English, Ebonics, slang, whatever, the Lord said you're gonna be able to speak to your people, man. It's not it's not a language that we can't communicate with our people to. Okay. Reading on, it says verse 7. But the house of Israel will not hold on. Verse 6. Let me read that one more time. Not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language whose words thou canst not understand. Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. So it said, if you go into a people of another language, a strange nation like that, they would listen. That's why you see all of these, numerous Israelite videos, man, of Jake's always interacting with the heathen because they're so inquisitive, they're so desirous of knowledge, they want understanding, they're so compelled by our story that they want to know. And I made example about case in point about, the video of me dealing with the little Iranian scientist from UCLA. Y'all can watch the video. Long story short, he bowed down to the word and clearly confessed that we was on to something and we had the truth. And he agreed and understood and knew that he was going to go into bondage. And he actually said, it's probably going to be better when you guys take back over. That's a quote. So you damn right we on to something. Okay. Now, reading on verse 7, it says, but the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard hearted. He said everybody is. It don't matter if you're in the truth or not, man. The being hard headed and impudent is not too far away. We move in elements of humility and meekness and this, that, and the third. You know, but that hard head element isn't too far away. The Lord said all Israel has this in them. And what's impudent mean? Offensively bold or disrespectful. Behaving boldly with contempt or disregard to proprietary in behavior towards others, unblushingly forward, impertinent, and saucy. Don't they have some sodomite named Saucy that raps or sing? I don't know what he is. I mean, he's an abomination, but He's impudent. You dig what I'm saying? This cat man got a full beard and, wearing high heels and twerking and all kind of madness. Saucy. The Lord said, man, this is how Israel is, man. Israel has a propensity to be hard headed and then be bold and disrespectful, uh, unblushingly forward, you know, immodest. I mean, don't we see that with the sisters? Nowadays, you see it with the brothers, man. I seen the Jake get out the car yesterday, man. This cat's pants was like damn near at his kneecaps as he's holding him up with one hand, closing the car door with the other. And I'm like, bro, why are you even wearing pants, homie? Just take them off. You dig what I'm saying? If you're gonna show your drawers and your ass all out, just why wear pants, bro? Just take them off, man. I mean, just walk around here in your damn drawers. Essentially, that's what he's doing. I mean, you got the rest of the little gremlins running around with their little tapered pants at the bottom and the ass hang. I mean, it's wild. Sisters running around with the, I think it's 1988 with the biker shorts on, and I mean, it might as for real. Um, that's the nature of our children, of the Lord's children, man, our people. But what's it say here? Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. So we ain't talking about headbutting like rams. No, the Lord's talking about knowledge, understanding what's inside of our heads. And the Lord said that we're going to have a strong countenance when it comes down to bearing witness to the words of the Lord. So our face is going to be strong against their faces. Our foreheads, meaning the knowledge and the understanding, is going to be strong against theirs because they're going to come with all kind of madness. They're going to come with humanism. They're going to come with Buddhism. They're going to come with Islam. They're going to come with all manners of religion or denominational religions as it bears witness to Christianity and Catholicism. They're going to come at you with talking about the ancestors and the universe and want to talk about Kemet and they want to talk about Africa, this, that, and the third. They're coming with it all. But the Lord said, it don't matter, man. Sharpen your sword. You're going to be strong against all of that madness. Because it's literally Israel against the world, man. This is the only thing, man, where you can see all of them other doctrines that we just talked about, that they will stand in arms with each other to come up against the Israelites. The atheists will stand strong with a damn Christian if they both say that it's okay to be a homosexual. How in the hell will you be a Christian and you will stand arm in arm with the atheist just because the Israelites say and stand on the law and say being a homosexual is against the laws of God and you better repent or you're going to get put to death? And the Christians is yelling, God loves everybody. Doesn't matter what you are. God understands. Come as you are. And then the atheists is saying that book is madness. This is why I don't believe in a God, because people should be as they are. And you dig what I'm saying? They will find a common ground to come against the Israelites. All of them will come against us, man. And we got to be strong headed against all of them, as we are, man. And we done knocked them all down over the years and continually stand strong and firm with this word. Verse 9, as an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. The Lord said, I know how rebellious they are. They're hard head. And Israel can give some looks. Israel know how to, shrug up them lips and roll their necks and bug their eyes out and, grit their teeth and show they grill. We know about all of that. The Lord said, but don't trip off of any of that. Verse 10 and 11, and we're going to stop. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thy heart and hear in thine ears, and go get thee to them of the captivity. Well, who's in captivity? The Lord already told us. We're talking about the children of Israel that are here in bondage unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them and tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. So long story short, Kohath, man, hey, I know we're a rebellious house, get tired of them, but at the same time, man, we got to bear with these damn maniacs, man. We got to bear with them. We got to deal with them. You feel me? But nonetheless, man, are y'all ready to get to it, man? Y'all ready to plug into this matrix of information, man? Strap in, because there's a lot going on in this. It is, and it's hard to even recognize this, bro. I done did 2 DSM. I did a Manna Monday, did a Hebrew Hump Day Wednesday, and it's still overflowing information coming. It just gets worse and worse or better and better. I don't know, depending on how you look at it. All right. Depending on how you look at it. So your man Slow Biden, I know some of y'all may have seen or heard this already, man. Slow Biden is you know, and I seen an article coming out talking about, oh, Biden is talking about this. Is he really speaking from the heart, or was this just another slip up? Now they want to admit, oh, he's always talking crazy. He's a little off his rocker, man. You don't pay attention to what he's saying. He don't know what he's talking about. No, no, he knows what he's talking about. Why do we say that? Let's get to before we read this. Let's get a scripture. Why do we know he knows what he's talking about, man? Esau know, man. His days is numbered. He can't help but to understand and know that time is of the essence, man. He's running out. It's only a matter of time before final decision and judgment has to come into play. Dealing with the children of Israel and our deliverance. Joel 3:9, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. This is where we're at now, y'all. You're going to hear about it more and more, man, as you continually hear things escalating more and more. This is from the Most High. The Most High said that it has to be proclaimed amongst the Gentiles. This is why the Gentile nations, whether it be Iran, whether it's China, whether it's Taiwan, whether it's North Korea, South Korea, Japan, whether it's Russia, Ukraine, you dig what I'm saying? All of the heathen nations, man, are all being prepared now. They're all preparing. I just read the article. What was it? Last Wednesday, where Poland was asking the U.S. to come bring some nukes over there so they can get ready. But the U.S. turned them down. Said, no, 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 y'all can't handle this right now. We're not gonna escalate it to that point right now because once they move it there, it's lit. It's going up. So they said, no, no, we can't do that. You seen Zelensky? He tried to fast forward his application to NATO, and they still stalling with him. They was like, yeah, we kind of like how our relationship is right now. It's not looking good for him joining because they know once he does that, it's on and popping. So the US and NATO is pretty much utilizing stall tactics, and they're trying to see if they can continually win this little war with Russia through by proxy, by them helping the Ukrainians fight and by giving them all these high-tech weapons and everything else. They're hoping that they can hold out, but they ain't gonna hold out. But here we see that the Lord is saying, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. This is why we're hearing about all this nuke talk, man. Everybody's trying to get into their nukes, everybody's trying to prepare, everybody's talking war. As the rest of the world is collapsing all around, from inflation to the high cost of living, to the gas and the oil, the energy prices, the food, bare shelves, while everything else is smashing and crashing around, they're saying, well, everything is collapsing anyway. We're going to have a fight to the finish to see who takes on and recreates this new world, the new world order, or the great reset as they try to redeem it. You know, I just seen, what was it? Doctor Strange, the new one. And here they are talking about the Illuminati is a conglomerate of superheroes who meet in private. You see how they try to throw off the distraction? Oh, the Illuminati. Oh, that's something from the comic books, man. That's not real. Yeah, it's Fantastic Four and Miss Marvel and a couple other people. The female Captain America. Yeah, yeah, that's the Illuminati. As they try to throw off some folly. But the Lord said, no, no, you're going to be drawn into war. And he said, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So didn't we just hear about Russia going out there and recruiting says draft is back on. Hey, you hop off of the computer. And you say, I'm just a data analyst. I don't give a damn. You're in the army now, boy. Go get trained up. So he said, even the weak is going to say they're strong because they're going to be holding that AK. They're going to be holding that AR and that M4. They're going to be going out there with grenades and damn, pistols on them and the whole nine. I'm here and I froze again. Am I good? Am I good? Let me check. Let me check. I'm trying to slow up the progress again, huh? Pistols on them and the whole nine. Okay, look like I'm okay. All right. So let's continue on. All right. So we're seeing the mentality of people when this warfare kicks off, man. Everybody's going to be called in. Verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So once the warfare is accomplished, they're going to come into the valley of decision for final judgment. The scriptures even tell you, that they're going to try to make war with the Lamb in Revelation 17, Revelation 12. They think they're gonna, come up and rise against and fight Yahweh Shai and the angels. It said, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the vats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Well, guess what? Yahweh Shai said the vats is full, the wickedness, he's coming in, he's gonna start stomping them out. In Isaiah 63, let's read this. Who is that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? That is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength, that I speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Who's mighty to save? He who saves, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh salvation, Yahweh saves, right? And it said he's going to be coming from Edom with dyed garments from Basra. But what kind of dye is it? Is it tie dye? Is it is it black? Is it white? What is it? Verse 2, it says, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth the wine fat? Oh, imagine that. He said, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Well, who's the redeemed? The redeemed is the children of Israel, man. Our year of redemption is coming and nearing. I'm not putting no dates on it. I'm just chronicling and seeing what's going on in the earth, man, and how close are we getting to being in those last days and times, Jacob's trouble, so forth and so on. So we see here one of the final judgments that Yahweh Shai is going to do is give major payback to the children of Edom and the nation of Edom. And they're going to be so smashed down that he said his whole garment is going to be red, looking like he just took a bath in wine, dripping. Right? He said he got to make sure that his garment is stained with their blood. And he said he's going to look like he came from the wine fats. See? Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. See, the time of gathering warfare, it's upon us right now. All right. This is why Slow Biden has the nerve to try to even utilize a terminology in the scriptures. He's talking about Armageddon. So Slow Biden says nuclear Armageddon risk is as highest since the 62 crisis. So never before have we been hearing about these particular crises. We've been, not we, but America's been through Afghanistan, Iraq, the Gulf War, Vietnam, since then. Never we heard about any of these. None of this nuke talk has been going on. Nobody's been talking about escalating and going into nuclear, right? They've had Cold Wars with Russia. Never has it gotten this bad. Cold Wars in the 80s, Cold Wars in the 60s, but never has it gotten this bad. See? President Slow Biden said Thursday that the risk of nuclear Armageddon is at the highest level since 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis, as Russian officials speak of the possibility of using tactical nuclear weapons after suffering massive setbacks in the 8-month invasion of Ukraine. Again, we know that that's some BS. But anyway, again, I can make the point to them blue in the face. They just got 4 regions to turn coat on Ukraine and go back to Russia. If I'm losing, how's that happening? If I'm getting and suffering major setbacks like that, why and how do I still have time to occupy the Arctic Sea and got warships over off the coast of Alaska, plotting and planning my next move? If it's that bad, anyway. Speaking at a fundraiser for the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee, Biden said Russian President Vladimir Putin was, quote, a guy I know fairly well. And the Russian leader was, quote, not joking when he talks about the use of tactical nuclear weapons or biological or chemical weapons. So here he is. Slow Biden took the bait, man. Putin said, if any of you try to harm or make any attacks on my new or the annexed nations that these people all voted to come back to Russia and be a part of the Soviet Union again, if any of you attack it, you break in the treaty, the border treaties that we got, and I'm prepared to use any and all my power to defend them. Now he just said that blanketly, any and all, right? So of course the West says he's talking nukes. He didn't say it, but here they are throwing it out there. So you have his media heads and publishers and all them saying we need to go ahead and use nukes. But he hasn't came out and just said it. He said to my knowledge, he said he's going to defend it with everything that he's got. So take it for what it is. They throwing in the narrative that nukes is going to be on the table, but we're going to see exactly who's calling for nukes and who isn't. Okay. Biden added, we have not faced the prospect of Armageddon since Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis. He suggested the threat from Putin is real because its military is, you might say, significantly underperforming. So, they're tempting him by saying, hey, man, you over here getting whooped up on. You want to quit? You ready to give up? Or you ready to bring out the big guns? And they figuring, well, he must going to bring out the big guns because he can't hang no other way. Let's see what else is going on. Russian nuclear submarine armed with doomsday weapon disappears from the Arctic Harbor report. Oh, look at that. So now you've got a Russian nuclear submarine that suddenly disappears in the Arctic Harbor. Now they're really on edge because they don't know where it's at. They don't know. They got what's called a Poseidon weapon system on there. That's an armed nuke. So that only heightens the fears of what's going on, right? So this sub goes missing. A top of the line Russian nuclear powered submarine has gone missing from its harbor in the Arctic along with its rumored doomsday weapon, according to multiple reports. NATO has reportedly warned members that Russia's Belgorod submarine no longer appeared to be operating out of its White Sea base, where it has been active since July. Officials warned that Russia may plan to test Belgorod's Poseidon weapon system, a drone equipped with a nuclear bomb that Russia has claimed is capable of creating a radioactive tsunami, according to Italian media. So this is why it's so hard, man, to try to figure certain things out with these devils, man, because we know false flags exist. It's about who initiates them. NATO could be just putting this out there saying, "Oh, he's got a sub out there, man, armed with a nuclear drone. He done disappeared. We might have to take action. Oh, we spotted it off the coast of here. Let's bomb over there." And then they flip it and say, "Oh, that was the sub did it. It wasn't us. Oh, let's get to war." Who knows how all of a sudden with all this high-tech weaponry and radar systems and tracking and satellites and all of a sudden you can't find the sub, huh? Sub just disappeared. Imagine that. So Reading on, it says the drone can be deployed from the submarine at any time and detonated at a depth of 1 kilometer near a coastal city. Russian state media has claimed the device can create a 1,600-foot wave that smashes into the coast and irrad- irradiates it. I guess that's what that says. The 600-foot submarine was delivered to the Russian Navy in July as part of the Russian President Vladimir Putin's top secret program that aims to develop and operate a series of new class, quote, super weapons. So where's this sub at? Where's this nuke at? Next, you know, something gets to flying. What are they gonna say? Oh, it was Putin, man. We that sub that we lost. Oh, he did it. We don't know that. Who knows? Who knows? But let's see what else is on deck. So with amidst all this panic, Slow Biden is talking about Armageddon. They're talking about a missing nuke. I mean, a missing submarine with the Poseidon system with nuclear drones is missing now. So what happens? The U.S. all of a sudden splashes $290 million on anti-radiation drugs. In other words, you know, anti-nuclear drugs after Putin ups nuclear threats. So here they are on Wednesday. They say that the U.S. has spent $290 million. So it's no coincidence that Colorado is talking giving away bug out bags. New York is talking about preparing for nuclear strikes and doing emergency drills. Right. All of the U.S. now is getting, you know, they're out there buying anti-radiation drugs and pills. They're talking about it's preparedness month. How ironic! You got elections coming up next month with all kind of folly and distortions going on out there. So is this all just coincidence, man? Is this all just happenstance? This just all just has to be par for the course of life, man. Nothing strange going on here. The U.S. the government has purchased a significant supply of radiation injury drugs as the Russian president threatened the use of nuclear weapons. Since when has the U.S. ever prepared like that? To say, well, we got to get radiation injury drugs prepared. If y'all seen the live I did or the DSTM I did last Wednesday, I showed you about how the what a nuclear impact bomb would look like, and it's devastating. I don't know if I want to show for those who didn't see it. Maybe some of y'all didn't see it, right? I'm trying to find the one where it said that the impact. Let me see about this one. So let's look at this one for real quick, right? So you can see here they out here putting on I guess you can go to this website. You can put in, you know, uh certain presets to target and check off radioactive fallout casualties and all that. And then you detonate. They got a whole simulator. So here we are in New York. If this is the epicenter, if it hits, right? Estimated 1,784,940 fatalities, 3,153,790 estimated injuries, right? Now they ain't even talking about the injuries being like out in this far. They talking about this being miles away from the epicenter. Everything in here, you're dead. Everything out here, you're either dead or you're, you know, permanently injured. Everything out here, you're gonna be suffering from radioactive uh poisoning or third degree burns. That's not the one that I had on Wednesday. I want to see the one that says it was one I had showed. Hold on. Well, first of all, I don't know if y'all seen that one, but let me see. That you can see all this here, man. Close your eyes if you squeamish. All right. This is a third-degree burn. They said that this can still hit you up to 3 or 4 miles away from the impact of where the bomb actually hit. That your skin will actually be seared and burned. They said that usually you're gonna have third-degree burns, or you'll need to have your a body part amputated, and that's miles away from the impact. You understand? Trying to see if I can find that map, man. Damn it, where's that one at? Nah, that ain't it. Let me see. See, the 18 kiloton one, that was the Hiroshima one. I can't find the one I was looking for, man. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but y'all get the point. You probably do your own research, man, looking to see the type of damage that a nuke can do, right? And what happens when it actually explodes. But it's pretty bad, man. It's not even pretty bad. That's not even a good enough word, man, to impact it. It's devastating completely, right? So here they are saying, oh, well, if the nuke's hit, we're going to make sure that everybody got the anti radiation drugs. That's going to be good for people who are like, maybe 5, 10 miles away from the initial impact, 20 miles away. And they need to take that like in advance, in preparation. After the fact, you still might be fine. They say even if you get hit with the poisoner, man, you're gonna die either within hours, at the longest, like a week or two. There's not much you can do. Once the radiation kicks in, man, cancer automatically sets in. You're out of here. So Esau, man, is playing with some real heavy duty firepower, and when it gets lit, it's a wrap, man. That's why the Most High talked about the elements melting with fervent heat, eyeballs, melting out the sockets. I can't remember what that scripture's at, man. I can't remember if it said eyeballs. No, it was eyes. It was in the new. Hold on. Nah, I can't remember that scripture. But there's one talking about the eyes gonna be melting out your heads, man. I mean, it's all bad. It's all bad. Like I said on Wednesday, I get interested. I get to searching around. I don't want to detract from what I'm looking at. But getting back to the point, though, we see what's happening, right? We see what's happening. That the U.S. is out here splashing on this money for no good reason, huh? No good reason. So here they go. They said a $290 million procurement of the drug, uh, in the plate to treat acute radiation syndrome was announced by the U.S. Health and Human Services. Health and Human Services. The government confirmed it was the first purchase of the drug manufactured by the California pharmaceutical company Amgen. Notice it said the government confirmed this is the first purchase of the drug. First time. The purchase comes after Vladimir Putin renewed his threat of nuclear war in a speech that last month he vowed to use all the means at our disposal. Did he say I'm going to use nuke? Yeah, it's ambiguous to say I'm gonna use all the means at our disposal. But they automatically say, well, he's talking nukes. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Now, but look at this. Now, notice this article was on Wednesday. This one I pulled up 5 hours ago today. Now, look what they say. Why the U.S. ordering a $290 million supply of a radiation sickness drug is no cause for alarm. See how the devil plays, man? It's the devil for you, man. He said, oh, Don't pay no attention to that, man. There's nothing wrong with that. That's normal. Didn't they just say this is the first time that they've ever the government said this is the first time they've ever made a purchase like this? Good Lord, why can't I spell Psalms? Why can't I spell Psalms? Something's wrong with me today. Shalaki, but uh P oh shit, I misspelled it. Terrible. Uh so look at it. An article on Wednesday. Once the hype gets out there, man, everybody starting saying, "Look at this! Look at this! Look at this!" And then what's the slow? What does the Mockingbird media do? Put them back to sleep, y'all. Put them back to sleep. They're starting to wake up. They're starting to wake up. Calm them down. 5 hours ago. Oh yeah. They ordered $290 million supply radiation, but it's no cause for alarm. Calm down, everybody. Uncle Joe got you. Uncle Joe's gonna take care of you. Look at it. Psalm 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies, man. The white man can't help himself, man. It's innately in him to lie. As soon as he be born, speaking lies. You know, the doctor takes him out the womb, man. Oh, beautiful white baby. Like white baby's red as a damn beet. Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Estranged from the womb, man. As soon as he comes out the womb, they go astray, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth the ear. You know, they poison the ear, man. They get a hold of that ear, man, and poison it, paralyze it. You know, the dragon, flowing out a mouthful of a flood of lies, and it's all poisonous, man. That's why the scriptures even talk about the wine of the wrath of the fornication, man. It's just nothing but poison coming out this great whore. The poison of a serpent, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. Do you understand that? Where it said there's no negotiating with the so-called white man, man. There's no trying to be friendly and all of that other. He will not hearken to the voice of charmers, man. You can brown nose all you want to. Stephen from Django, how'd that work out for him? Y'all remember that? What about Uncle Ruckus? He gets haunted by stink meter. He getting his ass whipped all the damn time. Being a Tom McCoon or coconut, Oreo, whatever the name may be that we throwing at people, he's not gonna be hearkening to the voice of your charms, man. Charming never so wisely. The only way you're gonna shut him up, man, the Lord said, well, you got to break their teeth, oh Yahweh, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, oh Lord. So come on. So when you listen to this and he comes back and does some cleanup and says there's no cause for alarm, call BS. Throw the flag. Because you know some BS coming next. Amid concerns about Russian President Vladimir Putin's recent nuclear threats came a bit of startling news. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services said Tuesday that it spent $290 million on a drug to treat radiation sickness. The department said in a statement that the purchase of the drug called Nplate or Nplate is part of its quote long-standing ongoing efforts by the administration for strategic preparedness and response to better prepare the U.S. for the potential health impacts of a wide range of threats to national security. So they just said there's no cause for alarm. This is a long-standing ongoing efforts. Didn't we just hold on? Let's back it up. The government confirmed it was the first purchase of the drug. Oh, no. Let me read it how they want me to. The government confirmed that this was a long-standing operation that they've been carrying out for a while about what? First purchase of the drug. Here they go saying, oh, it's a long-standing, ongoing effort. by the Administration for Strategic Preparedness and Response to better prepare the U.S., better prepare the U.S., better prepare, get ready for potential health impacts of a wide range of threats to national security. So they are talking about a wide range of threats to national security that they need to get prepared for, and it's going to be an ongoing effort. White man speak with forked tongue. Can we agree? Can we agree? Now, let's continue. In other words, despite President Slow Biden's warning that the risk of nuclear Armageddon is the highest it's been since the Cuban Missile Crisis, the purchase of the drug for radiation sickness is coincidental. Oh, it's just a coincidence. Don't worry, man. Go back to sleep. Go ahead. Go back to sleep, man. You need a little Valium. You need a little sleeping pill. What do you need? You need some more weed? Huh? What do you need? You want some psychedelics? You want some mushrooms? You know, the white man give you whatever you want to go back to sleep. Whatever you need to be distracted. Oh, you want a bigger butt, honey? Go ahead. You go and get you a bigger butt. Get your bigger boobs, man. Throw the eyelashes on. Do what you need to do. Just go back to sleep. You want some more ratchetness? You want some more music? You want to act a fool? Go ahead on out there. Go buy the new chain. Go buy the red bottoms. Go kill yourself just to live, man, so you can ride around in your new foreign car. Go back to sleep. This is all a coincidence. Can you imagine the damn blatant lies that they out here pushing? And if you ain't paying attention, the average Joe Schmo zombie is gonna say, "Oh, man, I just read the other day that this was because of the threats that Putin was saying about nukes." But good thing NBC told me to go back to sleep and said there's no cause for alarm. Cause I was watching the speech, man, when Slow Biden said that we're closer to Armageddon than ever. And then they said, well, we know that he said that, but it was just coincidental that we're out here preparing for a national security threat. It's just coincidental that we needed to go and stock up on these radiation sickness pills. Don't worry. Everything's just fine. Nothing to see here. That's a Jedi mind trick, man. You watch Star Wars and you see Obi-Wan Kenobi and the young Luke Skywalker, and they had to infiltrate into I forgot what little city it was, and they had the stormtroopers doing a checkpoint, and Obi-Wan Kenobi said, "These aren't the drones you're looking for." And the stormtrooper said, "Let me see your paper. Whose drones are those?" He said, "These aren't the drones you're looking for." And the damn stormtrooper said, yeah, these aren't the drones we're looking for. You guys go ahead. Hurry up." That's a Jedi mind trick. That's what America just try to pull right now through the Mockingbird media. They tell you, "Oh, yeah, we did purchase $290 million worth of radiation sickness drugs, but it's no cause for alarm. It's a coincidence." And the people say, "Hey, didn't you just open up $290 million? The radiation sickness." It was a coincidence. Go back to sleep. There's no cause for alarm. Yeah, because I heard about. Well, yeah, it's no cause for alarm. No big deal. Okay, I'm gonna calm down now. I'm gonna go back to sleep. But that's what they do. Reading on says, Emplate, manufactured by U.S. drug maker Amgen, was approved by the FDA in 2021 to treat injuries caused by acute radiation syndrome, also known as radiation sickness. It was also approved in 2008 to treat an autoimmune disorder that causes excessive bleeding. Can you imagine what that means? Let's move on. Hey, Egypt to Israel at the water, brother. I'm glad you put that scripture on there, man. Let me post that up because I was trying to remember that scripture. Shalak as well. That's the one right there. Mm. Can you imagine that? That's what's coming. Yeah, Kohath, you said the hunt for Red October. Yeah, for real. That's what they doing. That was it. Matter of fact, he put a button. You know what? Let me not half step, man, and cheat y'all out. I know y'all was reading it in the chat, man, but I want to read that one for myself because that was a powerful one. I couldn't remember where it was at. Zechariah 14:12. It says, "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet." That's the fire of the Lord, man. Isaiah 66 talks about that. Is it 66? What? I believe it is 66. Let me make sure. I think it's 15. Yeah. 66:15 says, "For behold, the Most High Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire." And who's that going to be centered against? Verse 12 again, Zechariah 14. "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth." Good Lord. "And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Most High Yahweh shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor." See, you're talking about complete destruction, man. Utter annihilation of people, man. Flesh melting off bodies, eyes, coming out of sockets, mouths being shut. Powerful, powerful, powerful. That's our Father, man. That's our Father. He don't play. He don't play. Yeah, that's a good one too, Coel. That's a good one too. Let's get back on over here, man. So, hey, it's no cause for alarm, y'all. Y'all can go back to sleep, man. Friday Night Lights is over. Good night. Have a good one, man. Shalom. Is that what we supposed to do? Get the hell out of here. No. We not stopping, man. These damn bastards are playing games. Let's move on. Russian terrified by Putin's bunker mentality as he turns 70 with his finger on the nuclear button. So here they are, already out here propagandizing, saying for his 70th birthday, he's going to push the panic button while he's in the bunker. So that's the next wave that they out here trying to promote. It says only a handful of people know the exact location where President Vladimir Putin is celebrating his 70th birthday in St. Petersburg on Friday. But critics say he spends more and more of his time isolated deep inside nuclear bunkers. So here they are saying he's cowering down in these bunkers. He's hiding away, right? And they're talking about he's celebrating his birthday in the bunkers. Esau is funny, man. Is they're waiting for the bombs to drop. So this is more evidence of them saying, "Hey, this might go down. He might be, getting ready to let something go." Right. So the Kremlin has announced that Putin will spend his birthday working, mired as he is in the biggest self-made disaster of his presidency. Self-made. I think we kind of covered that last weekend, right? When we were rudely interrupted by, these heathen, man. They came in and paused the video and then took it down. So, we're pretty much knowing that this wasn't self-made. It wasn't unprovoked, right? That's not what we've seen here. That's not what the evidence shows. But the narrative is okay. It's the biggest self-made disaster of his presidency that just raises more worrying questions about what kind of orders he's going to issue on this big day. Backed into a corner, what is Putin considering next? So here they are trying to speculate, all putting headlines out there that could or provocations to make NATO or America pull the. It's basically like who's going to pull the trigger first. That's what we're looking at right now. Who's going to pull the trigger first? Somebody's going to pull the trigger, but it's just a matter of who does it first. Because look, even if he is, let's say he is in his bunker, and there's plenty of these Edomites, man, hiding out in their little bunkers, right? Does that matter to the Most High? The Most High is going to, fish them out anyway. He gonna fish them out anyway. Revelation 6. Let's read 15. It says, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. They're going to try to hide out in these bunkers. They're going to cower down, man, thinking that they're going to wait till the nukes, the radiation falls over. They're going to wait till the food supplies run out. They're hiding out, man. They're going to try to take some bondmen and free men down there with them to make sure that they got servitude still going on. It said the rich men, the chief captains, the high ranking officers, man, those who got high level security clearances. You notice it said where Putin said barely anybody knows where he's at. Everybody don't know where the hideout is. Do you understand? So it said they're gonna be hiding out in the rocks. But Obadiah didn't Obadiah say they be hiding out in the clefts of the rocks? They're gonna get snatched down from there. I think we're gonna go there next. But verse 16, it says, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. There's not gonna be no hiding. You think they can't be sniffed up out of there? They think they're gonna hide out in there, huh? Let's check Obadiah real quick. Obadiah 1 down to 3. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Most High Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Most High Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. So even, just like it makes mention of in Revelation 17 about the 10 horns are going to hate the whore. They're going to come against America, man. All the conglomerate nations are going to rise up. All the heathen nations, man, that have constantly been are tired of brown nosing and kissing the ass of the so-called white man and always doing what he says and smiling in his face and, shucking and jiving. I mean, we just seen what the Saudi prince, man, for the OPEC oil. He's smiling in front of, slow Biden's face and give him a little fist bump. Let me show this. See this? See, I got this little fake smirk on his face, man. Slow by. He got to give him a little fist bump, man. They gonna be tired of doing this. All the heathens gonna be like, man, we tired of faking it with you. We tired of doing all of this, man. They gotta do all this fake photo ops. You understand? Cheers. See that? That's the wine of the wrath of the fornication, man. They drinking the wine of the great whore. See him bowing down? Cheers. The wine of the wrath of the fornication, man. That's Revelation 18. There they go. He called all the nations to drink. 18 and 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, man. How rich has China gotten off of America? From real estate to import and exporting of goods, right? China's over here making a killing. And they causing all nations to drink. Cheers. But in the back of his mind, man, he hates Biden. He hates Biden. Look at this one. Where's the one that I'm looking for? No, that ain't it. It was in Iran. I forgot the other cat's name. But nonetheless, man, the point is proven, What they're doing. So clearly, where was that? Obadiah? Did I go off of that? Yeah, I did. Let me go back over here. So now we see what's going to happen to him. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Most High Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. So the so-called white man is going to be the most despised amongst all the heathen, man. He's the worst of the heathen. Worst of the heathen. And they all going to rise up against him. Let alone Israel. Israel said, we're going to dust them off, man. They're going to be like stubble, and we're going to be like flames. But verse 3, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So he lives in an elevated position. He's looking down on everybody. That's why he's like the eagle, predatory, looking down on everybody, looking down on his prey. He loves to be in the high-rise buildings and the penthouse suites. You know, he wants to build up the Sears Tower buildings. He wants to build up the World Trade Centers. He wants to build the Eiffel Towers and all that other stuff. Empire State Buildings. Loves to look down, man. Now he wants to dwell in the clefts of the rocks. He living in the hills and Calabasas and all them other places. And now he's also dwelling in the clefts of the rocks, trying to create underground bunkers, saying, hide us from the Most High. No, you're not gonna be hidden, man. You coming out. And they out here trying to buy up some damn radiation pills, thinking they're gonna live for. Yeah, what's that scripture in Psalms, man? And was it Psalms? I think it's Psalm 40, the 46. I think it's 49. There you go. I said 46. Flip it upside down, IQ. Psalm 49:11. The inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name. So clearly, we got what? Amerigo Vespucci. We know how the so-called white man likes to colonize areas and establish his name everywhere he goes. You understand? So he wants to make his mark everywhere that he goes, putting his own names on these lands, right? After he's stolen them. But their inward thought is they think they're going to, they think their kingdom is going to continue on forever. We're going to get the radiation pills, to fight off sickness. We're going to go into these bunkers. We got canned goods and foods lined up, 25, 30-year storage of goods, man. We're going to be straight. We got oxygen, air, we got pools, we got all kind of stuff. Have you ever seen any of them documentaries in YouTube channels with some of these prepping spots? I mean, these cats, man, got damn near condos and stuff. 12 stories underground, compounds, the whole nine, built with military guards and the whole nine. They swear they're gonna be living forever, man. But we seen what Yahweh Shah said. He's coming through like a wine vat, stomping these damn heathen out. They're not gonna escape. So Putin is supposedly shelled up, spending his birthday blowing out 70 candles in heathen fashion in a nuclear bunker somewhere, waiting to push the panic button. That's what they're saying. Reading on, it says people who've known Putin for many years claim the Russian leader is, quote, nervous and tense these days. Online political groups speculate on Telegram that Putin is planning to, quote, use tactical nuclear weapons out of a bunker far from Moscow, while Kremlinologists debate how to prevent a looming doomsday scenario. So take that for what it's worth, y'all. Is he shelled up in the bunker ready to push the panic button? Or is this provocation for the West to shoot first and then say, oh, it was because we thought he was going to do something? Either way, the war drums is beaten. Look at this, though. This is why I said what I'm saying. Zelensky called for preventative action to deter Russian nuclear strikes. So the Ukrainian president, Zelensky, the puppet Zelensky, this cat is the one who's actually saying, we have to strike first. NATO, I'm calling on you to hit Russia with nukes first. It's either us or them. Don't wait for them to do it first. Uh, get out there and make it happen. So here he is provoking nuclear war. He wants nuclear war. That's Esau in a hole. He's starving for mass death, murder. You know, uh, Genesis 27, and let's read verse 40. For Esau, man, this is his blessing. It says, "And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck." So here we go. We know historically Esau did go into bondage and served under David. That wasn't the only time. He's got forever captivity. He's got 1,000-year captivity is coming to him, and then ultimately he's going to be wiped off the map, right? But until then, he's going to go out there and live by the sword. Now, when it says serve thy brother, meaning he's got to serve Jacob. Jacob, we were split into two parts, right? Northern and southern. So they served under David. We still, even though the kingdom wasn't split yet, but that wasn't a fulfillment of Esau's complete captivity, man. He's got to go into bondage again because now he's gotten dominion. He's back. But he's going back into bondage. But he's going to live by the sword. This is why Zelensky can come out here and make statements like this. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Thursday called for the international community to take, quote, preventative action to deter the potential use of nuclear weapons by Russia in the ongoing war in Ukraine. In an address to the Lowy Institute, a nonpartisan international policy think tank in Australia, Zelensky underscored the importance of preventative strikes, preventative action, so that Russia can get a better picture of the potential consequences if they move to use nuclear weapons. Preemptive steps are crucial to deterrence, Zelensky said. He cautioned against waiting for the nuclear strikes first. So what he says basically, and it was on video, they transcribed it, is further down in the article. Basically, he called on NATO and the international community. He said, look, we have to take preventative strikes on them. We need to hit them with nukes first. Don't wait for them to say, boom, we get hit with nukes, and then we got to say, oh, that's how you want to play? Okay, well, we're going to come back at you. He's saying, no, bomb first and ask questions later. The international community is they'll understand because the narrative is already that Putin is a maniac. So it's okay to, blow up and kill, millions of people over there because they're all crazy anyway. I mean, that's what they're trying to promote. So here he is talking about it. So now we're seeing all of these particular instances. You see in these headlines, oh, everybody's terrified. Putin's going to do it first. U.S. is saying we need to go ahead on and get these drugs. Slow Biden is saying Armageddon's at its highest. There's a nuclear sub missing. Zelensky saying, well, bomb first then. Don't wait. Something may go down. Who knows? Family, but we gotta pay attention. Because one or the other, somebody's gonna let something go. It doesn't matter of time. It's not an if, it's a when. Let's move on. Now, I said this last week. I found an article that proves what I was saying. We talked about how the U.S. is slow Biden said we will not put boots on the ground. We're not going there, right? Everybody's saying we're hands off. We're just shipping in money and weapons. The Ukrainians are figuring out how to utilize this high-tech weaponry. They're figuring out on their own how to utilize the radar systems and the Javelin missiles. And they got it all figured out, man. No training up. But what? They down in there, man, fighting. So I made that point. Well, look at this. The CIA thought Putin would quickly conquer Ukraine. Why did they get it so wrong? I wonder why. So here's part of the article. You see right here in bold and black. What's it say? Secret U.S. operations inside Ukraine are being conducted under a presidential covert action finding. Oh, really? So the U.S. is operating secretly in Ukraine under presidential orders. So are we technically in World War III? Yes. By proxy, however, but still, nonetheless, America is involved in another war with NATO and its allies, hiding behind Ukraine as the key. If you can get Russia out the way, they're one of the biggest proponents against the Great Horde, fighting for positioning of who's going to be the head of the dragon. Listen, it's already confirmed. Babylon is it, but Russia's going to try nonetheless. That's why the Most High said he's going to put hooks in his jaws and going to pull him into war, because he's going to try to do the impossible, which is take down the Great Horde. Why is it impossible? Because ultimately Yahweh Shai is going to take down this place. America's going to get hit with the bombs and the missiles and the whole nine. The Chariot's going to clean it all up, and the rest of the world is going to suffer major damage. Scriptures say, man, a third of the earth, third of the water, third of the land, all kind of damage is going to be done to this earth. I think it's in Revelation. I want to say 16, but I don't want to misquote that. Let me see. Hold on. Where's my Bible at? Is it 16 or is it 9? I think it's 9. I'm a little off on my memory today. Yeah, no, that's 9. Select it. With the second trumpet. Yeah, it's gonna be massive death. First trumpet and second trumpet, all the way down to the fifth, man. You talking about massive damage, destruction happening in this earth, leading up to war. All right. So let's read this. Yet clandestine American operations inside Ukraine are now far more extensive than they were early in the war, when U.S. intelligence officials were fearful that Russia would steamroll over the Ukrainian army. There is a much larger presence. There is a much larger presence of both CIA and U.S. Special Operation personnel and resources in Ukraine than there were at the time of the Russian invasion in February. Several current and former intelligence officials told The Intercept. So can we put that to rest, man? The CIA, U.S. is in there under special operations, helping the Ukrainians fight. Why do you think all of a sudden now they talking about all of the tide is turning with all of these massive takeovers of land, and the Russians are on the run, and the advanced weapons that the Ukrainians is getting, they done already got like $80 billion worth of aid. Have they sent any money to Puerto Rico yet? Who probably is still damn near without power and destitute? Have they sent any money to Haiti yet? That place is damn near about to collapse and completely be overran. Have they sent any money to Cuba yet? Well, the Cubans are getting what they deserve for following after the damn white man with same-sex marriages and sodomites being able to marry and adopt. So that's just judgment of the Lord, man. They don't deserve the money at this point, man. But still, the point of the matter is they're quick to fund wars, but to fund actual rehabilitation and building up the lands of our people, they ain't doing that. 80 billion they done damn near sent to Ukraine by now, and still dropping damn near $1 billion a month. You dang right, U.S. and CIA is over there doing special ops. So call it what it is, man. Reading on. Taiwan vows to respond to China's military flight incursion. So Taiwan is starting to get turned up. They want in. They're still trying to protect their land. They got to pull the Great Horde over there too. Taiwan's defense minister on Wednesday said the island will respond to incursions into its airspace by Chinese warplanes and drones, but gave no details on specific actions because the Chinese have been flying planes over them. Chinese have been doing all kind of drills, launching missiles over the island, all kind of stuff. So now Taiwan is saying, well, we're going to respond. We're going to respond. But what they're waiting on is for the damn white man to come over there and say, you need help too? Well, let's get some clandestine U.S. special ops and military over there to help y'all too. They not ready to go head up with China until White Zaddy come over there and help them. So they just keep bluffing. We're gonna respond. Stop it. We're gonna do something. Don't do it again. And Taiwan ain't did a damn thing yet, man. China just keeps taunting them. At any particular time, China wants to go over there and start laying the hammer down on Taiwan and say submit or else they can do it. Responding to questions from legislators, Chi Q Cheng said China's newly aggressive stance had changed what Taiwan would define as a first strike that would necessitate a response. China stepped up its military exercises, fired missiles into waters near Taiwan, and sent warplanes across the dividing line in the Taiwan Strait in response to an August visit to the island by U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, the highest ranking American official to visit Taiwan in 25 years. See what happened after that witch left, man? All hell done broke loose. She go over there, man, and all of a sudden trying to check on her stock options. She got some interest in some company over there in Taiwan. Let me see. Where is it at? There she go. Nancy Pelosi meets with Taiwan semiconductor. Will it help the speakers? Will it help line the speakers' pockets? She had I'm trying to see if they got the name of the country over. I mean the company over there. I ain't got time to be trying to track down this broad, but best believe it. She was over there. She got some stock options over there with a particular country. I mean, with a particular company. That before she happened to leave Taiwan, because it was always everybody was wondering why is she going over there? Like, what? Who's telling her she can go over there and start trying to be a damn negotiator or talking up on behalf of Taiwan, talking about America's got your back and we're gonna do whatever. Slow Biden was telling her like, don't go over there. What are you doing? And she's like, I'm the Speaker of the House. I can go over there if I want to. And there was a report saying before she left, she went and checked on this company that her and her husband got stocks in. Her drunkard husband. I can't find that one article I'm looking for, but nonetheless, yeah, they always say, man, you want to know what stocks to invest in? Follow the Pelosi's on those million in the Nvidia stock at a loss. Yeah, she always know where to get her money. It might have been in this one, but it don't matter. It don't matter. But nonetheless, so Taiwan is vowing that they're going to respond to China's military flights. Nancy Pelosi go over there, stir up the pot. Then she jet out. You know, she ain't even go to court when her husband was facing that DUI. She too busy gallivanting, showing off her fake teeth to everybody. And then meanwhile, she go over there and cause all kind of turmoil for the Taiwan. But look what they're gonna do. The U.S. aims to turn Taiwan into a giant weapons depot. So in typical Esau fashion, let's go back to a classic scripture. We know how he does it. The U.S. only intentions is to turn Taiwan into a weapons depot. They want to use that place, stash weapons, and to create a whole new military hub. So let me look at this. Sirach 13:4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. So they only messing with these damn gooks over there in Taiwan, man, because why? It's a political strategy that they can utilize, store weapons there, which will put them in a good geographical position if China gets out of pocket. And to show the relationship, we've chronicled this on a number of occasions between Esau and Edom. Did y'all ever see this? The mother of all bombs, Moab. And that's the United States bomb. You see the flag? Moab. Let's show you they in bed with each other, man. Just like always in the scriptures, we always hear about Moab and Edom. Let's go there real quick. Let's look at this real quick. Uh Ezekiel 25, 11 and 12. And I will execute judgments upon Moab, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Most High Yahweh, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. So this is the judgment that Moab is going to find with Esau. We've talked about in Judith how they were spying out the land, Moab and Ammon, and they were talking about how how the strategic ways of how to take down the children of Israel. They were talking about, oh, they got their land. They got a mountainous region. They're gonna see. I'm gonna keep paraphrasing and getting it off. Let me go there real quick. Judith, Judith 7. You see how Esau does, man. Why would they even associate that with a Moab bomb? Because they love Moab, man. Look at this. Judah 7 and verse 8. Then came unto him all the chief of the children of Esau. They're always hand in hand, man. Esau and Moab been rocking together for centuries. Children of Esau and all the governors of the people of Moab and the captains of the seacoast, and said, let our Lord now hear a word, that there be not an overthrow in thine army. For this people of the children of Israel do not trust in their spears, but in the height of the mountains wherein they dwell, because it is not easy to come up to the tops of their mountains. So these people study us all the way since back then, man. Esau and Moab have studied us and learned how to take advantage of our people, man. The damn Koreans, they come over here fresh off the fish boat. They get swap meats. They get Louisiana fried chickens. They get liquor stores. Uh, what else? They back in the day, they out here selling them what the hair shops, nail salons. I mean, how the hell do they know all of this about us, man? And here they are over there in the middle of nowhere on a damn island, and they know when they get to America about the children of Israel and how to make a come up off of them. Or they know the sisters that they know the hair that you want, they know the wig styles that you like, they know about all your cosmetic items and products, right? Brothers, they know what you put in, what we put in our hair, the wave caps and the brushes and that. They know what you niggas want. Go to the stores, now Ishmael done taking over the stores, man. Back in the day, Moab and used to run the damn liquor stores, at least out here. Ishmael was kind of holding down the 7-Elevens. But here they are now. You go to the swap meets, they want to sell you your gold, the off brand, the bootleg clothes. They know every damn thing. The music. Esau, of course, he knows all about us, man. He didn't took us up from the west coast of Africa and slapped them chains on us, man, threw us on them wretched cargo slave ships and brought us over here knowing that we was going to labor. Got to the shores over here in South Central America and the Caribbean islands. Knew they found black and brown gold, man, and knew what to do with it. The legacy of our people, man, is known by the heathen, man. But when it's time for us to confess it amongst ourselves, man, our people are sitting here lost saying, well, Master didn't say that. Master didn't say we was Israel. Master didn't say we the Jews. Master says we African Americans. Ain't that right, boss? Yes, Leroy, that's right. You're African American. Now get back to work, nigger. Yes, boss. And as soon as you say, no, brother, we Israel, man, wake up. We the chosen people, man. He's a heathen. He's lying to you. He wouldn't lie to me. And as the damn Jake going to and he leave after he get to work, he get that damn paycheck, and where's he go? He go right there to go spend it. And who's sitting there waiting? Jay go to damn Louisiana Fried Chicken after he gets off of work. And you saying, what do you know about Louisiana Fried Chicken? Louisiana Fried Chicken, we know you like chicken. Nigga, you love fried chicken. And we have fried rice. And we have shrimp fried rice egg roll. You have chicken and egg roll. I always say, man, what do you see these people, man? And this is in California. I don't know about where everybody else is at, but there's a place for those who's out of state. Louisiana Fried Chicken is a spot that used to be owned by Jake's for the most part, and they're all in the hood. At some point in time, maybe about 15 years ago or so, Moab started buying them up, and they started switching them into half Chinese food, half Louisiana Fried Chicken. And my thing is well, first of all, you just got out the boat from wherever you came from, man. Whatever fish boat you hopped off of. What the hell do you know about Louisiana, let alone frying some chicken? And now you got the recipe, and Jake love a little Chinese food too. They figure they making a killing, man. But this is the legacy and the history that they do. They've been and studied our people, and they come over here and they get the money, man. So here, just wanted to show this real quick, man. Not to get off track. I want to finish out this thing. The Moab bomb. And it just goes to show you, man, that the mother of all bombs, ironically, America would name it that, is only because they in bed with their ancient buddy Moab, bed buddy, butt buddy Moab, man, and continually conspire against us. And here they are being used again as the U.S. aims to turn Taiwan into a giant weapons depot. American officials are intensifying efforts to build a giant stockpile of weapons in Taiwan after studying recent naval and air force exercises by the Chinese military around the island, according to current and former officials. So they're studying the island, recent naval and air force exercises. The exercises show that China would probably blockade the island as a prelude to any attempted invasion, and Taiwan would have to hold out on its own until the United States or other nations intervene. If they decided to do that, the current and former officials say. So see that? Taiwan is just bluffing. They know that they're going to get knocked out if they try to go head up with China. So what do? They say, well, you know what? We got to wait until the U.S. can intervene. So instead of sitting back waiting for the U.S. to intervene, what do? They're going to tell U.S., come on and move in then. We'll compromise. But the effort to transform Taiwan into a weapons depot faces challenges. The United States and its allies have prioritized sending weapons to the Ukraine, which is reducing those country stockpiles, and arms makers are reluctant to open new production lines without a steady stream of long-term orders. So it just letting you know, man, the stockpiles is wearing down because they're sending everything to Ukraine. Taiwan's got to wait, so they don't know if they're going to try to do it. But the ultimate goal is the U.S. wants to be able to get some weapons in over there in Taiwan, so they can have a defense or an offense against China close range. Let's go ahead and move on. North Korea flies warplanes near South Korea after missile launches. So, there's more saber rattling by North Korea, man. You just seen they just launched a bomb. I mean, launched a missile test over Japan. Now they're going down there sending warplanes down to South Korea. Kim Jong Un, he's trying to get it on with whoever wants smoke. He's trying to get it on with whoever wants smoke, man. You can see that already. North Korea flew 12 warplanes near its border with South Korea on Thursday, prompting the South to scramble 30 military aircraft in response. Seoul officials said the highly unusual incident came hours after North Korea fired 2 ballistic missiles into the sea in its 6th round of missile tests in less than 2 weeks. So, they out here got missiles to burn, apparently, because they launching them damn near every other week. And meanwhile, South Korea tried to do a missile test with the U.S. and blew up and blew up part of its land. Had the people shook thinking that, North Korea was launching something. So let's move on. But the point of the matter is what we read in Joel, man, all the nations, man, are being called to war. Everybody's arming up. Look at a marine storm a beach near a disrupted reef in South China Sea as part of war games featuring thousands of soldiers from the U.S., Philippines, and South Korea after Beijing's military drills around Taiwan. So here we see the U.S., the Philippines, and South Korea are combining forces along with Taiwan to be prepared in the event that China or North Korea gets loose. So drills are being ran all around the world. All around the world, man. We keep hearing about all these military drills and war games that's happening everywhere from Venezuela to the beaches of Taiwan. War is on the horizon, man. That's the spirit that's out right now. U.S. deploys the world's most expensive military ship to the Atlantic carrying 9,000 troops. Where are they going? 9,000 troops, 20 ships, and 60 aircraft. Where are they going? Hmm? Think they're going somewhere getting prepared for war? Today, the U.S. is deploying one of the world's most advanced aircraft carriers in the Atlantic, complete with nuclear reactors and fighter jets. The USS Gerald R. Ford is sailing from Virginia, USA to the Atlantic Ocean and carrying a NATO strike group. Interesting. It's unclear whether the launch is linked to the conflict in Ukraine, but as the carrier cost the U.S. more than $13 billion, the country's Navy is obviously keen to show it off. The Atlantic deployment is due to carry 9,000 personnel with 9 NATO countries, including the U.S., Canada, Finland, Denmark, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Spain, and Sweden. And didn't we just get to reading that there's special operations going on, U.S. special ops, spec ops, going on in the Ukraine? And here, 9,000 troops are going over there, huh? And a NATO strike group. Very interesting. Let's see where that leads to. Oh, but there's no threat from Putin, man. This is routine. It's coincidental. We're buying up the damn radiation pills. We sending 9,000 troops out. We're running military drills all over the place. We're trying to see if we can get some weapons depot lined up over there in Taiwan. Oh, but there's nothing happening out there. Everything's fine. Turn the TV back on, man. Turn on your favorite streaming show and go back to sleep. Hey, it's football season, man. Go watch the game. Shut up. Crack open a beer, man. Order a pizza and sit down. Everything is fine. Look at this. One of the damn Orthodox priests in Russia told Putin, God put you in power. Russian Orthodox leader tells Putin. Well, we've discussed that. I'm not going to go to Ezekiel 38 again. We've kind of gone there on a number of different occasions, right? But of course, we know this, man. This is all strategic, man. The Most High is in control of all. He's in control of all, right? Daniel 2:21. It says, and he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. So the Lord said he's the one that removes kings and sets up kings. So was a little Orthodox fake priest lying when he said that the Most High put Putin in this position? Of course not. See, but I said I wasn't gonna go there. We're gonna go there real quick. Of course, he put him there because this has to be judgment. Ezekiel 38, once again, verse 3, and say, thus saith the Most High Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. So this speaking about Russia, the chief prince for now, until otherwise, at 70 years old, we were going to say this is Putin, right? It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. They're going to get pulled into war. So when you see this talking about, oh, God put you in power. Yet we just read that the Most High sets up kings, he takes kings down. He's going to use this guy in particular to be utilized for judgment and warfare. Sirach 10 and verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. The Most High is in control of it all. He's in control of it all. So he said kingdoms get translated from one people to another, all by the Most High. He sets up kings, he removes kings, he does it all. So yes, absolutely the Most High is in control. What's this in First Samuel 6? Did I say 6? No, I want 1 and 6. First Samuel 1. Is that what I want? No, why is that wrong? Where's the second Samuel? No. What am I thinking about? First Samuel? Unless I overlooked it, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. First Samuel. Slucky, y'all. I'm looking for this one particular scripture. Why I don't. I could have sworn that was it. Dang. That ain't it. 2. There you go. Dang it. I'll put 1. First Samuel chapter 2, not chapter 1. And verse 6. That's why I was trying to read 1 in chapter 1 and verse 6. It's 2 and verse 6. The Most High killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Most High maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. The Most High is in control of everything. So he's not saying some revelation, but it is ironic that he would make that declaration publicly, um, for the world to understand and know that Putin is being used as a puppet by the Most High. And he's going to be one to stir up the pot, man, to bring forth World War III, which is going to initiate the entrance of the deliverance of the children of Israel, man. Proverbs 16:4. The Most High have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So, as many people are saying, I'm against the war. This is evil, man. This ain't right. The Lord said, shut up. I'm doing my will. This is what is supposed to go down. My children are repenting. They're gathering themselves together before the day of evil comes to pass. They're doing what they need to do. Lord willing, we all make it up out of here and receive our repentance and receive our kingdom. But the Lord said, this is what we need to do. The Lord have made all things for him. So yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So for him to make this declaration, God put you in power. Yeah, even for the day of evil, he did. So he's the wicked. He's standing firm. That's what it is. All right, let's move on. Many Bangkok streets are flooded. So massive flooding going on all over the place, man. Bangkok, Thailand, now they're over there getting flooded out. Just thought I'd add that in there, man. The Most High is still ravishing the heathen. Shout out to the brother, man. I don't know how I stumbled off of his post, man. Usually I might go on my Facebook maybe like once a month. Not once a month, like once a week, And sometimes I'll check, some of the posts, man. My brother from BOW, man, ICR, he had made a post and was talking about Jeffrey Dahmer or the Dahmer, phenomenon, and how that spirit is going to initiate, uh, like the spirit of serial killings. And he was right because within like a week, all of a sudden, all these damn attacks is going on. Mass shootings in I think it was in Thailand. This guy in Las Vegas stabbing up people on the strip. I mean, if you look at any of the damn streaming services, from Tubi to Netflix to, I'm just talking about the things that I have. All of a sudden, man, all of these damn Jeffrey Dahmer documentaries and all these serial killings, all these suggestions start popping up, man. I watched the Dahmer thing. And all of a sudden, all of these damn other things popping up. I'm like, look at this. The damn algorithms are feeding that spirit of death and mayhem and evil. And what's that do? It's getting into the people, man. They getting hyped up. I don't know who watched that Dahmer series, but you know, by the end of I'm not sure about floods in the Sudan. I'm not sure. I mean, we can look and see. But just the spirit that they're putting out there is showing and proving that, yeah, they are instituting and putting out a spirit of evil out there, man. That's why the Most High told us, man, envy not the oppressor, choose none of his ways. Yeah, kind of. Let's say from September 25th, 12 days ago, 349,000 people affected by recent floods in the Sudan. So, you know, they over there suffering. So, kind, yeah, you was right about that. So let's look at this real quick. So, deadly attack, Las Vegas stabbings. 2 dead, 6 injured after a man stabs a group of showgirls outside of a casino on the strip club. On the strip. So, you know, why he's attacking these women, man, I don't know if he's an incel, you know, one of them sexually repressed men, man, who's constantly getting turned down by women, stuck in the basement playing video games and, you know, searching for love online, can't find nothing. And he grows up hating women and decides that he's going to go out there and kill them. That's what them incels are. I don't know if that's the case, why he decided to go and stab up some showgirls outside of the casino, or if he was just possessed with the spirit of evil Satan and murder and Esau, you know, watching the damn serial killer documentaries and studies going on. But clearly the spirit is out there, man. Look at this cat. Looking like he high. Who knows what was going on with him? 2 people are dead, 6 others wounded after a suspect with a large knife attacked a group of showgirls in Las Vegas. Witnesses claim the violent stabbings unfolded near the Wynn Casino and Resorts World Casino on the Las Vegas Strip on Thursday morning. Cops arrested Yoni Barrios, 32, on counts of open murder with a deadly weapon. He is also accused of 6 counts of attempted murder. Deputy Chief James La Rochelle said all the evidence indicates Barrios acted alone, and are no outstanding suspects at this time. 2 of the 8 people stabbed were found dead at the scene. That's one, right? Fire police charging attacks Thai daycare center, kills 36. So the narrative of America being the only country that does mass shootings, that's up out of here. Because look, they didn't had it in Taiwan, they've had it in Japan, they do it over there in Afghanistan all the time. Mexico, what you mean? They don't have mass shootings with the cartels all the damn time. But that's the narrative that they put out there. Every time that the Democrats, they want to come get your guns, they want to come get any means of protection. They want to say, well, we need to do something about this. Control the guns. This is outrageous. And they just turn a blind eye to all the other countries that's going through the same things. I mean, over there in England, man, they get down with the knife play. They be having mass stabbings over there, just like the cat in Vegas did. So we're gonna put away all the kitchen knives now? Is that they're gonna get banned or restricted, or you gotta have a real ID to go buy a knife now? A fired police charge. So this guy used to be ex-cop, man, got fired and went postal. A former police officer facing a drug charge bust into a daycare center Thursday in Thailand, killing dozens of preschoolers and teachers and then shooting more people as he fled. At least 36 people were slain in the deadliest rampage in the nation's history. The assailant, who was fired earlier this year, took his own life after killing his wife and child at home. And we're hearing about that more often than not, man. All of these damn murder suicides, killing families, putting people killing themselves, man. That's the spirit of death going out there, man. The black horse, the plagues. That's all out there right now. Um, where am I at? Oh yeah, this is the one about Sudan. But yeah, but ironically, which was a good point, like I said, man, the brother had made. All of these things are happening after This Jeffrey Dahmer madness comes out there, man. And I just got to seeing a thing. They said that uh 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 it had the biggest, what was it? The biggest viewership the first week. It beat Squid Game, and Squid Game was like a record breaking uh, Netflix show. Multi millions of people viewed it and all of that. They said now the Dahmer thing is beating that now. So this spirit that gets put out there, I mean, you see what it is. Um, Let me show something real quick. Now we just got to seeing. We just got to seeing what happens with uh the Most High in Proverbs 16:4. I drew a blank. Proverbs 16:4 said he created all things unto himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil, right? But how does he accomplish these things, man? What type of spirits get put on these people? What stirs up the pot when things like that go down? So when you look at how the Most High, man, he sends out these spirits and sends out these angels, man, and these angels on the left hand side are possessing these people. This is what ends up happening, right? So uh Psalm 78, and we're gonna read we're just gonna get to the point, man. 49. It says, he cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath and indignation and trouble by sending evil angels among them. So you see how the Most High can send demons and angels, man, amongst people, man, to execute judgment, to show his fierce anger, wrath, indignation. I mean, here, the old boy went and stabbed up some showgirls. Obviously, they was out there doing some things that they probably shouldn't have been doing in that occupation. And you say, oh, they just dancing. That's showgirls. That's not the same as stripping. But I guarantee you they're dressing lewd. I guarantee you that they're inciting a lascivious mind and lust out there, man. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I mean, how did they get that spirit to stay maintained? They got to have shows. They got to do stuff over there, man, to make sure that city remains what it is. But the Lord said, man, it's evil angels out there right now, man. That's what's circulating in this earth right now. It's a lot of evil angels and demons, man, out there possessing people. They going buck wild out there, man. We see it through all the heinous crimes that's going on. We see it throughout all of the earth with the warfare and everything else. It's that time for judgment, man. We see what's happening. So let's move on. Lest anybody but don't think, man, the Most High got angels on the right, on the left hand side. When you look at the whole judgment with Ahab, with King Ahab, and that the one angel that said the spirit came up, man. He said he was going to be a lion spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And they prophesied and told Ahab that he was going to go to war and be successful, and he ended up getting put to death. That's how the Most High has counsel, man, and he sits back and says, "Okay, we'll go make it happen then." In the book of First Kings, I think that was in First Kings. Was it 19? I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's in the Kings. Read about the history of Ahab. But nonetheless, look at this one. Terror target, Stockton, serial killer. See how they look at that? Just in the spirit of Dahmer, right? Oh, serial killer. Let's make sure we add that in. So that spirit can be understood of what it is and what's going on in there. Where the influence come from. Terror target, Stockton, serial killer who murders six is ambushing victims with an eerie disguise and a sick motive. Criminal profiler warns. New details on the description and motive of a serial killer who has left a Californian city on tenterhooks have been theorized by a criminal profiler in an exclusive interview with the U.S. Sun. Cops are hunting for a suspect believed to be responsible for several shootings in Stockton as terrified locals fear that a serial killer may be on the loose. 5 victims between the ages of 21 and 54 were killed in mysterious circumstances between July and September 22nd. So, we see what it is. Cops have released grainy surveillance footage of a dark figure walking in the street as they desperately appeal for clues. So now they're saying that a serial killer is on the loose, up north in Stockton, California. You see this guy over there, the fire police cat, man, in a tie, killing 36, including preschool kids. This guy's out here prowling the streets of Vegas, stabbed up 6 women, killed 2, all within a week, man. This is important too. And this goes into, you know, whatever reason, however things is playing out as far as uh what's going on with this channel, man, and why Esau be sticking his nose in here, man, his big old pepper nose, trying to get in yeah. But that's how they play, man. They're gonna keep suggesting it to you. It's how they play as far as the algorithms are concerned. You look at one thing, they're gonna flood you with everything else, man. They're gonna assume you want to be the next Dahmer. Anyway, so uh to kind of get a little better grip on, man, what's going on. Uh they've got a Supreme Court. Well, let me just read this. Supreme Court to hear a challenge to big tech Section 230 liability protections. Now, listen to this. The Supreme Court on Monday agreed to hear 2 cases this term on whether social media companies can be held financially responsible for hosting terrorist content. Did you hear that? So, the Supreme Court right now has 2 cases on deck that people are suing YouTube and other social medias for hosting terrorist content. Well, who determines what terrorist content is? By us or me or any other Israelite saying America's going to be destroyed, America's going to be the judge for its evil, its wickedness, blah, blah, blah. They could say, oh, that's terrorism. You're making threats against the nation. You're speaking in sedition, so forth and so on. You understand? So they're moving in on quote unquote free speech on these internet platforms. It's not enough that YouTube already has its own quote unquote community guidelines. Now they're going to be moving. If these cases go left and they lose them, they're going to really crack down on content and who is saying what and what classifies as what. They already say that the Israelites leave it to the not the who was it the Southern Poverty Law Center already has us listed as a hate group. The FBI has us listed as black identity extremists. You understand? They're saying everything but the T word that the Israelites are. It's only a matter of time before these social media platforms get paranoid and say, even though we don't see that in the profile, yeah, they're dangerous. Yeah, what they're saying is controversial. Yeah, you know what? We're not taking any chances. Cut all of their channels off. Shut them all down because we're not paying no lawsuits over somebody saying that they're offended at what they said. So I think a brother put out there earlier in Amos 8 about being a famine of the word, but not of bread and water, but of hearing the word of the Most High. Yeah, that's where we're headed. Again, if the court case goes accordingly, that's what we're facing right now. But it's on the table. Look at this. Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Most High Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. But of hearing the words of the Lord. And I know many of our people, man, get fed on the regular through YouTube. But look at this. Again, Supreme Court on Monday agreed to hear 2 cases in this term on whether social media companies can be held financially responsible for hosting terrorist content. The family of Naomi Gonzalez, a 23-year-old U.S. citizen killed during a 2015 series of Islamic State terror attacks in Paris, sued YouTube parent company Google, arguing the video sharing site not only provided a platform for videos containing terrorist content, but also recommended the videos to users. The family alleges that YouTube algorithms allowed hundreds of radicalizing videos inciting violence and recruiting potential supporters to be targeted to users of the platform. Did you hear that? YouTube algorithm, just like you said, they're suggesting videos of Dahmer. What we know how the algorithms work, man. You click one thing, here comes all kind of suggested content. We say hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, wipe your feet. We need the algorithms to get activated so it can be suggested for other people. You understand how that works? So now this family is saying that the algorithms are allowing, quote, hundreds of radicalizing videos inciting violence. So what does it mean to radicalize? What are we doing? We're teaching our people to repent. We're teaching our people to change, to embrace themselves as being Israelites, to leave the church, to leave the mosque, leave from the world, man. That's radicalizing, making a radical change in your life, going against the grain and going against popular opinion or whatnot. That's what would be considered us evangelizing the word of the Most High. They could categorize that as being radical. Then they say inciting violence. Well, how many times are they always trying to accuse the Israelites of being inciting violence? Depending on whatever they promote on the street teaching video or whatever, or you know, whatever brothers say out there, man, they can capture any of them words, man, and before you know it, that's going to be considered terrorist content. But what else did they say? And recruiting potential supporters. So what was Yahweh Shai doing? Was he not recruiting? Le- they're saying doing this. Mark 1. And let's read 15. We're gonna read down to 18. You know what? Let's read 14. So now after that, John was put in prison. Yahweh Shai came unto Galilee, preaching the gospel of the kingdom of the Most High, and saying, "The time is fulfilled, and the kingdom of the Most High is at hand. Repent ye and believe the gospel." Oh, so he's ready to radicalize. He's ready to start converting. He's ready to start telling people to do what? Recruit and be a potential supporter of this movement. Let's read on. Now, as he walked by the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and Andrew, his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, "Come ye after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men." Hold on. He's radicalizing them. He's trying to make them potential followers. Cut that. Just by me reading this and saying, "Hey, follow after Yahweh Shai, man. Put your fringes on, brothers and sisters, man. Brothers, grow your beards up, man. Stop eating that swine, man. Don't support these markets that's out here serving up and selling you abominable foods and meats. Don't do that, man. Stop voting. Get out this system." Blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're being radical. Oh, you're out here. See where this is going to go? Verse 17 again, and Yahweh said unto them, "Come ye after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men." And straightway they forsook their nets and followed them. He said they didn't even think about it. Straightway they dropped it all and kept it pushing and said, "We with you." Now they're saying, "Oh, these videos seem to be radicalizing people of Black, Hispanic, and Native American descent. We don't like that. And these Negroes are out here recruiting potential supporters. Shut it down. Shut it down. We don't want to get sued. Cut all channels. Google, check the algorithms of all the Gmails. If anything has anything to do with Israelite, scan all of them. You see any of that in their emails, don't allow them to make content or make YouTube channels. They're gonna rearrange the bots to have everything lined up to where you can't create accounts no more. You're not gonna be able to be doing this no more. Let this thing go down. So that's what's on the table, y'all. Let's move on. Uh-oh, NY issues a flu warning as cases spike. Get ready. They said this is going to be a terrible flu season coming up. Remember the World Health Organization headed HNIC. He said, God gave you two arms, one to get your flu shot and one to get the other You know, you know what I'm talking about. One to get treated on both. You know, so they already started in New York. Remember, left tit, right tit. New York is gonna get it. Next thing you know, they're gonna talk about California's got the big flu going on, man. So that lets you know, man. Esau about to let something out, man. They already getting people, poking people up with the flu shots. They already were talking about. I covered the article. They were talking about they were gonna start using mRNA in the flu shots. So, you might want to start upping the ante on your vitamin C, your vitamin D, your garlic. You know, whatever your preventative cares are, start dosing up on them and keep them on deck in the house because they're getting ready to let something out. FYI. Moving on. Look at this. CEO of election software firm that was targeted by conspiracy theorists is charged with storing stolen data of LA poll workers on servers in China. So here's a Chinese cat, man, that was being targeted by the quote unquote election deniers, people that said that it was stolen and all that, saying that there was problems with the voting machines in the software and all of that. And everybody, they was like, man, shut up, Trump. He's full of it, man. Lock him up. That's crazy. Ain't no way that's going on. And you can find on YouTube a whole, what they call it, a whole uh, 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 compilation of videos, man, of Democrats during the time of George Bush and Al Gore talking about, oh, the election was stolen. Oh, we ain't doing this. Obama saying it, slow Biden saying it, them talking about it if with the whole protocol with the warp speed, with the needle. Oh, if it's coming from Trump, I ain't taking it. Oh, it's coming from him. Well, we don't know what's in that. We're not doing it. Next thing you know, they flip the script. They doing it. Right. But ironically, here this guy is the CEO of an election software firm that was targeted by conspiracy theorists. Oh, the conspiracy theorists who was obviously proven right that there was something fishy going on. But they're not going to get credit. Nobody's going to get credit for that. For saying I'm calling BS and then it actually does smell like Oh no, they're not going to say you got a good nose. They're going to say, man, you still a wacko, man. Get out of here. Oh, but look, he gets busted. Charged with storing stolen data of LA poll workers on servers in China. So he's in China storing up LA poll workers' information. So is it possible that he was doing some folly with the voting machines? You made the connection, man. You figure it out. If Slow Biden was the most elected or highly elected president ever, just nobody could find any fault with him, man. He was perfect, man. Everybody loved Slow Biden. 2020, man. There was no way. Now he's the most deranged, most hated man. How did this happen so far, man? In a year and a half, he ain't even made it to 2 years yet, and nobody likes Slow Biden. Year and a half, he was a darling. Like what? Come on, man. Konek Corporation CEO Eugene Yu, 51, was arrested on Tuesday in Michigan. He faces charges in Los Angeles of stealing personally identifying information. Koenig allegedly kept Los Angeles poll workers' data on servers located in China. Yu's arrest followed a New York Times report that he was targeted by conspiracy theorists. Was it a theory anymore, man? He was up to no good. Okay, let's move on. Oh, bad news on the economy, man. We already see it. We should know it. I'm actually go back. I need to do this lesson again. I did it almost 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago, um, regarding inflation preparedness and something else. I forgot the name of it, but it got deleted off of our old channel. It was on the old channel, and when our old channel got deleted or taken down by YouTube, it was on there. So I'm gonna do that, Mark. I'm gonna do that again, man, because I highlighted through the spirit the parallels between the Roaring Twenties and 2020 moving forward, and how they're eerily similar from the U.S. going to war with World War I, the making of the first car, the Ford car, and now the electric vehicles is up. People making a lot of money and splashing with the PPP loans and the EDDs, and the stock markets was living it up and all of that. Women's lib was going up. A lot of the women was getting empowerment, and now what do we see? A feminine vibration going on. I mean, the whole nine, man. I'm gonna cover all of that. I'm gonna do that in the near future. But you're gonna see in the spirit, man, how history is important, and we see the parallels that's happening. And if you just think about what happened during the time of the Roaring Twenties, well, ultimately the Great Depression kicked in, and that was a tragic time for many other people of America, where they took the banks took over, man. They took everybody's gold. They gave them promissory notes back. So we're seeing everything that's going on with a lot of these, the banks locking down on people's money, controlling your deposit. They just setting everything up for a whole big change. So we'll talk about all of that in the future, man. But you want to know where this place is going? All you gotta do is look back 100 years, and we'll see what happened. This stock market strategist says the coming recession could be the biggest ever. I recommend prayer. Look at the white man. Now he wants to pray. Before he wants to talk about how his money is God. Now when he's losing everything, he realizes, hey, this thing is about to really go down and blow. And he says the only thing I can recommend is prayer at this point. Not check your stock options, not wait for the dip, not. He said there ain't no coming out of this thing, man. You better start praying. I'm about as bearish as I've been since 2008. And when you're dealing with stocks, bearish means that you're not into buying. Bullish means that you're heavy into investing. So he's saying bearish, meaning I'm backing away as much as I've ever been since 2008. Says Hedge Eyes Keith McCullough. He's steering investors to cash, gold, and other defensive plays. So precious metals, gold, silver, those things, tangible things you can hold, touch, nothing that you can lose at the push of a button, nothing that you can lose in the flame of a fire. Paper, them things is questionable. Who knows? But I'm no economist. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. I'm just a messenger. But hey, man, this cat's saying you need to pray. That's the only way you're getting out of this thing. Look at this. A typical monthly payment for a new vehicle hits a record $743. This is where uh today's, and this was last month, mind you, article from last month. This is where we're at right now as far as inflation is concerned, the cost of drive, and here they are talking about go get an electric car. Your gas car is going to be obsolete in the next 10 years or less than that. Most of us got gas cars, man. Is your car going to last another 10 years? If you got a 2012, 2015, 2010 car, it ain't going to last. You're going to have to buy another car. You're not even going to be able to find used cars that gobble up gas anymore. They're going to try to force you to buy or get on some old raggedy public transportation to get around. $743 is the average for a new car note right now. Who is spending that kind of damn money? We ain't talking about the insurance either yet. You may as well round that up to about $11,000 once you get that. I mean, $1,100 or $1,000 once you slap on that insurance, right? Because that's about another 200 and what, $67, $57 for a new car, 2022 car. $257 for one driver. Put your kids on the thing or whatever. Or your insurance is going up $300-$400. Who knows? They said that the used car prices is like $560 something. used. So if they're not pricing people out of their ways of living, man, I don't know what it is. $743 a month, man, to drive. Don't forget your registration, insurance. Oh, and gas is still, in California, $6 and more for that brand new car. We ain't got we not gonna make it in this place, man. Look at this. We read a scripture in Sirach earlier, man. If he had need of these, he's gonna use it. The irony meter explodes as migrants are lured to Florida for Hurricane Ian cleanup. Oh, there's something you wetbacks and spicks, man. You good for something. You gonna clean. You gonna work hard. Not too long ago, man, they was shipping you off into Martha's Vineyard. Now they got you in a damn camp somewhere in what no. Where was that? The Hamptons? And now they're in a military base in Martha's Vineyard, shipping you around from Texas to Washington D.C. and dropping you off in New York, playing games with you. And now they saying, "Oh, bring them back on over here, man. Bring the spics back down here, man. We need them to help clean up this mess." What are they dangling in front of it? You want to be a citizen, don't you? You want in, don't you? Well, get your ass over there and start getting to work and clean up. Do what you do best. See that? That's some irony for your ass, man. You see here? Oh, now you need them. See? And Slow Biden already said that he was gonna have some provision for temporary citizenship cards so they can come over here and work. Esau is the devil, man. I'm telling you. Migrants are reportedly being transported from New York City to Florida for work supporting cleanup efforts in the wake of Hurricane Ian, weeks after the governor put migrants on a flight to Martha's Vineyard. Over the weekend, scores of Venezuelan migrants were boarding vans heading to the Sunshine State for a pickup point in Queens, despite having little information about who they would be working for. The New York Post says, "They want us for hurricane cleanup. We get paid $15 an hour, overtime, and $15 for food daily. $15 for food daily. I mean, where you find one meal that you buying somewhere is $15 or more. I mean, hell, I just seen a commercial. No, not a commercial. I seen a Jake on YouTube doing some damn review about a new Happy Meal for adults. I mean, if that don't show you how dumbed down the public is now, how immature people are at this particular point in time, where McDonald's is doing Happy Meals for adults, including a collector's item toy. They're calling it some cactus something, cactus McDonald's meal or some madness, man. Well, you say $15 isn't bad. Hey, do you know how much it costs to live in Florida? $15 is bullshit. And you saying $15 to eat for a day? That's $5 for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Where are you finding something to eat for $5? That's not abominable. Getting back to the McDonald's point, they talking about the damn Big Mac Happy Meal was $15. So they're gonna stretch that meal out after they working all day, 8 hours plus overtime, and you supposed to eat 15. Come on, man. Yeah, well, in terms of migrant work, man, but at the same time, they not getting paid. They labors, man. They're over here serving their enemies and one of all things. That's Deuteronomy. I hear what you're saying, but for them, where are they staying at? You understand? It didn't say plus room and board and plus. Where are they making? Where are you living at for $15 in a place that's completely destroyed? That means they got to get hotel rooms outside. They're gonna have to get bused or transported to the work sites every day, working them to death. $15 a day just to eat. I mean, I don't know what all the arrangements are, but the irony is they was trying to get rid of them. But when it comes down for them for needing labor to help build back better, Babylon and modern day Egypt is back on it's back on the slave uh backs of Israel. You know, Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee. There are people who go right back into the curses, man. Going right back to build up Babylon, build up Egypt again, man. And then after it's all said and done, they're gonna probably try to get rid of them again. So they want us for hurricane cleanup. We get paid $15 an hour overtime and $15 for food daily. So $15 after taxes. Are they gonna take taxes? I mean, they're not citizens. Are they gonna give it to them under the table? How are they gonna get that money? See, all them things they're not even discussing. By the time they get them taxes snatched about it, they're gonna be looking like, where's my check? What happened? I work many hours. They're gonna say, hey, you know what? This is what it is to be an American. You still want to come? I'm sure they still gonna say, well, I'll take it. $15 an hour, yeah, compared to Venezuela, that's balling. But the fact of the matter is they gotta use that money to survive over here in highly inflated America. It ain't gonna balance out. Javier Moreno, 37, told the newspaper, adding that a woman named Camilla from an organization approached him with a flyer about the work. I'm going for the work, Moreno added. News of the journey south comes after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis controversially flew migrants from Texas to Martha Vineyard to protest the hypocrisy of the Biden administration's border policies. So, if he had needed it, he's going to use it, man. And there they go. Florida dairy farm loses more than 200 cows in Hurricane Ian after it ripped roofs off of barns and tore trees from their roots. Locals rallied to save the surviving cattle in the herd. So how that is going to affect the milk and dairy industry, maybe not majorly, but maybe, for those that were dependent upon it down there in Florida and the neighboring cities and counties, they might be hurting even more because 250, 250 cows are gone. And that ain't cheap. So there they go. Slow Biden pandering again, trying to get some more votes and get some more love. And you know who he's targeting with this? Biden pardons thousands of people convicted of marijuana possession, orders a review of federal pot laws. This is the same guy who instituted the 1994 what they call it, man? Whatever that criminal act was in 94, locking Jakes up. It's the same one I was talking about. You gave 5 years for this little piece of crack while his son is in the back smoking rocks like crazy. Never got no time. They still ain't even talking. They're worried about that damn laptop and all kind of madness that was on that thing. FBI admitted they was hiding it and suppressed it and told everybody leave it alone. And he had information on there, man, that was illegal. And they leaving him alone. But we know what this is about, man. November primaries coming up, man, and about what is it, November 4th or something like that, or 6th. He got a couple more weeks, man, to rally the troops. So here he is. He said, "Well, let me, pacify the niggas in the spics, man. Let me pacify them and pardon thousands of people convicted of marijuana and marijuana possession and orders a review of federal pot laws." So now he wants to pander to the weed heads. He's pardoning and letting thousands of people out who've been convicted under one of his bills, I'm sure, or one of the bills he agreed to back in the day, and Kamala Harris. Now they want to backtrack on it because they need some votes, man. They want people to think that, oh, he's on our side again. So he out here, man, trying to get some votes, man. He not slick. He's a damn trick, man. He does whatever it takes to try to stay in office. He got to pay money. He got to bribe. He got to do whatever. He's going to do it. So this is all just a bribe for votes. Prep football. Slave auction video leads to River Valley High forfeit investigation. I mean, here Yeah, in one instance, man, you got people running around here talking about it's 2022. There's no reason why you should be out here making complaints and racism don't exist, all that other stuff, man. Y'all just making excuses. You should get out there and get it. I mean, if that's the case, man, why are we still reading about stuff like this, man? You trying to tell me that these kids in high school don't realize that they shouldn't be doing this type of crap? A slave auction, and what makes it so bad is, from what I could see, it was whites and some a couple of 10 tribe cats, and they had three Jakes, standing up on a little fake auction block with duct tape over their mouth and standing there in their drawers acting like it was a mock auction. And here they are thinking, oh, this is gonna go viral. This is funny, huh? Now they went and had their whole uh football season forfeited. Now they under investigation for doing this foolishness. But it just goes to show you, man, the mentality of the damn so-called white kids and then the following of the children of Israel. Them three Negroes, man, they went ahead and went along with it, thinking this was a little funny, little viral thing, man. And they wound up doing the stupid, But nonetheless, I digress, man. Just wanted to pull that out. American energy bills are set to soar this winter. So, prepare, budget as best you can. If you're in colder climates, you know what you got to do. It's going to be kind of hard to maintain, because we just seen that OPEC plus they're cutting off energy supplies. Slow Biden cut off the energy pipelines uh, for pumping oil out of America. They said that he's already damn near tapped the tittle too much with the reserve oil going on here. So, these oil companies, power companies, gas companies are going to be forced to raise their prices because they're not getting no relief nowhere else. So just be prepared. This is what they're saying. Energy bills is going up, man. So, budget and utilize your power as such. If it's not an issue, you got money, you're not tripping, cool. All praise to the most high. But for those who's under a crunch and you living in colder climates, start thinking now about how it goes. You might want to wait for your first bill and see how that goes. And if it's already looking like, ooh, that's down there $50, $100, $75 more than last month, then you know how to kind of budget, man. You might have to, get some extra blankets, some thermos or socks, something. Do what you got to do. But they're trying to crunch everybody out, man. They're trying to freeze everybody out in all manners of society. Let's wrap this up. Facebook is looking to quietly call 12,000 quote unquote underperforming workers. It has nothing to do with him losing damn near $70 billion for his company not performing and all that other stuff. But we're not going to talk about it. It has nothing to do with inflation. There's nothing to do with the economy shutting down. His stock prices dropping the whole nine. We seeing all of these companies, major companies, tech companies, all of them are laying off. Didn't we just get to reading uh, a month or two ago about 50% of the firms are going to be laying off within the next 6 months to a year? Everybody's going through it. But look at them. Facebook looks to quietly call 12,000 quote underperforming workers. So they got 12,000 workers that's underperforming. That many is off. It ain't doing their job. I mean, that sounds like a complete failure of a company rather than this big old mega uh corporation, metaverse. 12,000 are all underperforming, huh? No, it sounds more or less like, man, they cutting payroll. Minus 15% of its staff. So 15% of the staff said they ain't holding it down. You gotta go. Mark Zuckerberg freezes hiring and shuts his NYC office. Well, look at this. Let me look at this real quick. Look at it. Mark Zuckerberg lost $71 billion in 12 months. Look at this one. Mark Zuckerberg's net worth just fell almost $30 billion in one day. I mean, look at the type of money, man, these damn Edomites got to play with, man. The scriptures say, man, they spend their money in wealth. They don't care about the Most High. You know, the whole nine, man. 71 billion. And then his answer is, well, I got to cut people up out of here, man. I'm losing money like crazy. Oh, but the reason is you're underperforming. Oh, well, then get some people in there who can perform. Oh, I can't do that. I'm free. I got a hiring freeze going on. Matter of fact, and I need to shut down my NY office. Well, there you go. So much for the metaverse. But the bastard is so damn slick, man. He still got everybody locked in on Instagram. And I think Instagram owns Snapchat, and he got WhatsApp. So he's still locked in. Facebook might be failing. People jetting up out of there, you know. But he still got some. He still got another trick, a couple tricks up his sleeve. But he still got to follow protocol and start letting people go. Hey, Jerome Powell said it. He said there's going to be some softening on the economy. In other words, people getting laid off. Haiti at a breaking point as the economy tanks and violence soars. I mean, where's U.S.'s humanitarian help, huh? Where are they at? Are they not going to help them, our brothers and sisters over there? No, they're not. No, they're not. They can go send them Edomites over there in Ukraine, billions of dollars to keep warmongering. Oh, but to save some lives of some niggas over there, no, they not doing that. Let that go on the record. Haiti is damn near overran with poverty. Haiti's damn near overran. They still ain't even recovered from the damn earthquake in 2010. Let alone the other hurricanes and stuff that ain't hit them since then. Economy shot, government is corrupted, the whole nine. Fuel prices, basic food goods, and all that, everything is up. That place is overran, man. Haiti is pretty much a wrap. It's at its breaking point, meaning what? It's about to collapse over there, man. Let's move on. Supreme Court rejects the challenge to the Biden administration's vaccine mandate for healthcare workers and facilities that receive federal funding. So let this be known, even though Slow Biden said that the pandemic is over, the Supreme Court is still upholding the mandate that if you are a federal healthcare worker, you have to go get your protocol, uh, you know, treatment or get fired. Even though he said it's over, even though they're nationwide, masks can come off, everything's over. Not if you work for Babylon. Not if you're a healthcare worker working for the Great Whore. You still gonna get put in a position that either your job or follow protocol. And the courts have already rejected any challenges to that. So let that be a lesson to anyone thinking that you're gonna charm the snake. Remember, he ain't having it. Death toll from the Hurricane Ian tops 100 as the search for survivors continues while Fort Myers residents are warned they could be homeless for months. And that's where they sending the Venezuelans. They send them down there to be the cleanup crew. And the residents are saying, we're homeless down here. Where are you staying? Is Slow Biden paying for them hotel rooms? No. Are you going to spend your day's earnings trying to make sure that you are all splitting a bill, living 20 in a damn hotel room? All the work? But that's how it's going to work out. They're going to be squeezed up in some hotel rooms, man, pitching in, paying the bill, running out to go get their work. I mean, this is where they at down there, man. Florida is pretty much wrecked. They said, well, the southern tips of Florida down there, Fort Myers, Naples, all them areas, man, is completely gone. They talking about people being homeless for months, people running out of food, water, clothing, all of that stuff. And the insurance companies is damn near billions of dollars. They got billions of dollars in payouts. They sifting through claims. They trying to hold out on See, they weren't anticipating having to pay out this money. Now they got to pay it out. So there's going to be delays on people getting their money so that they can kind of rebuild and figure things out. It's a mess down there, a complete mess. But such is the life. Such is the life in Babylon, man. Such is the life. Well, brothers and sisters, man, it's been a good one. It's been a good one. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, while Yahweh Shai, man. Everybody up, man. I see Hezekiah and I thought you were gonna change your name, Mike. Put your name back. Toy Washington, my brother. Shalom, Mike. Shalom, Mike. Shabbat shalom, man. I see you always be the first one saying good night, man. I know you got to go to bed. You sleepy? I'm teasing you, brother. All right, y'all. We're gonna get up out of here, man. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, while Yahweh Shai, man. Hopefully, everybody got some edification tonight. Again, man, check your notifications, check your subscriptions. Like I said, I know that um YouTube is definitely affecting the algorithms, man, and messing up with what's been going on with this channel since last weekend. So ain't nothing to it but to just keep pushing, keep sharing, keep promoting. Make sure you wipe your feet on your way out. Do your brother that solid, man, and I continue working hard for my people, man. All right, so with that, man, y'all have a blessed night, man. Even better Shabbat. Tomorrow we'll be back live again with another closing Sabbath class. Lord will. And other than that, man, y'all already know what time it is, man. Always fear the Most High, keep the commandments, and lastly, don't shoot the messenger. Shalom.